What is up, Mom Nation? Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to Energy Shift with Erin. I am Erin. I don't know if I'm having some technical issues currently. So if you saw me blip on to the Facebook group a few minutes ago, that's why this stream is still telling me it's having an issue on Facebook. So I hope that I can or you can see me. I don't know if you will be able to or not, but hopefully, if not, you can catch the replay. I don't know exactly what's going on, so I apologize. But either way, I am here and we are going to talk about wellness tips and tricks. The specific topic at hand today is stress management, which is huge and can really wildly affect us in ways that we may not even know. So when we're talking about stress, right, there's so many facets to the equation. And a lot of times we get confused because we live in such a high demanding, high stress world. So we're trying to juggle so many things: parenting, business ownership, jobs, spouses, friendships, household stuff. All of these things are happening all at the same time. So we can miscalculate what stress actually is. Yes, there are big stressors, illnesses, injuries, financial, all of those things. But we also have day-to-day stressors that we generally don't even realize are affecting us to the capacity in which they are. And a lot of times it has to do with routine management or not having a routine and having some level of decision fatigue. And all of us struggle with this because we want to be autonomous creatures. We want to create our own schedule. We want to do our own thing. And then because we have that going on, that's part of the battle. And the other part of the battle is we have to work, we have to take care of our family. So there's a level of responsibility that keeps us somewhere toggling in between. Like, we want to be autonomous, we want to choose our own path, we want to do our own thing, but then we have to go to work, we have to make money, we have to pay the mortgage, we have, all of those things that are like, so as humans, we're constantly in this like tug of war with ourselves. I want to be able to make my own schedule. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do, but I have to go to work and I have to pay the bills and I have to pick the kids up from school and all of these things. And it doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad things, but we don't even focus in on how stressful that can be on our systems. And what's happening is, generally speaking, because we have that tug of war going on internally, we also are having a hard time managing our day-to-day health things. And that has to do with the fact that, like, we want to do what we want. So when we're off work, we may sit too much. We may go out to eat. We may go have a couple more cocktails than we should. We may snack later into the evening. That is your body and your brain's coping from not wanting to be told what to do, essentially, even though it might be in direct conflict with the goal that you have. So let's say that your goal happens to be you want more energy, you want to sleep better, you want to be less inflamed, and maybe you want to lose a few pounds of body fat, but you keep overeating in the evening, or you go off your diet on the weekends, or you're skipping the gym. That is a control mindset pattern that's in the realm of fight or flight. And that means, generally speaking, that your weekdays are far too stressful, and then you feel like you have to compensate on the weekends. Now, you may not feel like your weekdays are too stressful. You're just going through the motions. You have to get up in the morning, pack the kids' lunch, go to school, or get them to school, go to work yourself. Your boss might be annoying. Like that, it's not something that you register as different because it's the same every single week, but it's still a stressor. Now, we can't do anything about your boss. We can't do anything about having to go to work. We can't do anything about kids getting sick or having sports practices, but we can start controlling our own variables and understanding our own stress response to create a level of calm that is more conducive to health, energy improvement, sleep improvement, body composition change, and then just overall longevity, because that's the end goal, is to make sure that we feel good now, but we're also aging well for our future selves. That's so important. I know that you would agree with that as well. So here's what we're going to look at. We're going to start to build little foundations. I like to call them anchors. In those anchors, those are parts of your day that are just for you. Small, strategic grounding principles that are going to help you move forward with your health and wellness goals and reduce your stress. And they don't have to be big. I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to tell you what mine are so you can start to put yours together, piece it together, and have an idea of what might work for you when you start to feel chaotic, and then you can just bring yourself back to a place of center. Okay. So what that's going to look like. So I start my day every single day. I work from home, so I may have a different schedule than a lot of people, but I will tell you, I come from a service industry background. So I used to run restaurants, and the last restaurant I worked at, it was a restaurant group actually in 2020. I was it was a breakfast, lunch, and dinner restaurant. So I was going to work sometime between 6 and 7 a.m. And I would stay through the lunch rush, take a break, usually maybe a nap, go to the gym, and then go back for dinner. So I'm no stranger to a crazy schedule like that, even though I work from home now. So when I started working from home, though, because I had such a set structure to my workday, I felt a lot of stress because my structure went away. So I had a similar problem, but opposite. So I had to start putting together the pieces of my day to create less stress for myself in order to create this routine that was going to work for me, work for my husband, work for our family, and so on. And you're going to have to do the same thing. And you can do this in small baby steps, but I'm telling you, it's going to make you feel more grounded. It's going to help you feel a lot less stressed. And it also is conducive to physical change if that's what your goal is as well. So I get up every morning, I get some coffee, I go back with my dog in my bed and write my first email of the day. Because I work online, a lot of the marketing that I do is on social media or through email. So I send out an email 5 days a week. This helps me get grounded and ready for my day. So because you probably have something different, you want to pick a different morning routine. Maybe for you, this might be your mornings are super hectic. So actually, instead of your morning anchor, you have a later evening anchor the night before where you pack your lunch for your kids and get your breakfast ready. Maybe you make overnight oats or something along those lines. So your breakfast is ready the night before, after the kids are in bed, their lunches are packed. So you know that your morning is going to have a little bit less stuff to do. And in that time, maybe before the kids are up for 10 or 15 minutes, you can just sit with a cup of coffee instead of frantically like trying to get your breakfast ready, trying to get the kids' lunches ready. That's already done. You now have 10 to 15 extra minutes just for you in a high stress time of the day. That, number one, is going to help reduce stress from the beginning of your day onward. That was just one small tweak. You're still doing the same stuff. You didn't like have to pay somebody else to come do the kids' lunches. You're not skipping your own breakfast. All of those things are still happening. They're just ready to go the night before. You have 10 more minutes in the morning just to sit with your cup of coffee. Maybe you do like I do. You go like sit back in your bed or on the couch or outside, whatever feels cozy to you, and have your cup of coffee. Kids get up, you get them dressed, they have their lunches, they go out the door, you're eating your breakfast in the car, whatever, so that already is going to reduce stress for your days. One small tweak to fix it. Another one that I see, and for me, my midday is about workouts. I don't work out every single day, usually 4 days a week, but I schedule it. So this is my anchor for the middle of the day. Sometime between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., I'm going to get my workout in. When I am half of the year, we're in Mexico, half of the year, we're in Northern Arizona. In Arizona, I go to the gym. And so when I'm there, I like to do it around 1:30 to 3 o'clock, somewhere in that window. That is after the lunch rush and before the dinner rush. Again, I know that this schedule isn't super conducive to if you have to go to work and work like a 9 to 5 type job, but you can start to see where this pattern will help you. Like maybe your gym time is after work, you schedule that in. That's going to be your midday anchor, something for you. And what I do is I schedule this 7 days a week. Even though I'm only working out 4, that way, like usually what I like to do in a perfect world, what I like to do for my workouts is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometimes, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, so that I have my 4 workouts done during the week, and then I have the weekends to get my meal prepping done, rest, spend time with my husband, enjoy some friend time, whatever the case may be, and I don't have to worry about my workouts. It doesn't always happen that way, so I do have it scheduled so that if I need to do a training on Saturday or Sunday, I can have that in there as well. But make it a part of your schedule, make it a part of your routine. And as much as you like will fight it in the beginning, you will start to kind of get used to that part of your anchor for your day. So your first anchor is prepping your morning the night before so that your morning is a little bit smoother. You're not starting the day out chaotic. You can have 10 minutes by yourself with a cup of coffee. We're starting out more chill. We have a little bit more time to ease into the day. That's good, right? And then we're going to anchor our workouts in there wherever you need that to go. Schedule that 7 out of 7 days a week, whether you train. I like a 3 to 5 day training schedule personally. So like that's usually what I recommend to my clients. Most of my clients are also doing 4. I think that's the sweet spot, but whatever works best for you. Either way, that is your anchor. So if work gets crazy or life gets crazy, like as long as you still have your hour for yourself, whether that's just to go on a walk outside, hit a yoga class, go to the gym, walk on the treadmill, just for your movement. That's anchor number 2. And then anchor number 3 is going to be sometime around dinner. Dinner time can usually be very frantic. So maybe that looks like you're meal planning ahead of time. So you get out your calendar for the week and you're just going to plan 7 dinners. One of them may be pizza night on Friday where you order in or go out. The rest of the week, maybe, Monday is salad nights, Tuesdays tacos, Wednesdays burgers. You have the plan, you have the ingredients in the house, and all you have to do is come home and cook it. If you're running short on time, and I have an amazing crock pot guide. If you need recipes, I can get those to you. Please send me a message. But maybe like kids have sports until later in the day, one of the days a week. It's always frantic to get them fed, to get you fed. So before you go to work, you have that extra 10 or 15 minutes. You use that to put some food into the crock pot. You're making like shredded chicken taco bowls or something along those lines. So you can have your dinner ready to go. You just come home, you eat it. When you get done with dinner, you prep your breakfast and get your kids' lunches ready for the day before, so you have a little bit more leisurely morning. Your workouts are planned out, and that's only 3 simple little shifts. If you start to do this over and over again, you're going to notice that your body feels calmer because it knows what to expect. It knows that you're going to have that 10-15 minutes in the morning for coffee. You already are going to look forward to that. Then you have your workout or your walk scheduled later in the day. You'll start to look forward to that. So even if the days in between get crazy and hectic and stressful and all of these things, you're still going to have those little anchors in place that will help you to ground yourself, remind you that you need to take care of you. And they're just super simple things. It just takes a few extra minutes of planning ahead. But what that will do in the long run is like you're frantic making dinner on Wednesday nights, but instead you know that it's crock pot chicken taco night. You already have the chicken in there. You get home, all you got to do is cut up some veggies and shred some cheese, or open the bag of shredded cheese, and you feed the kids, you feed yourself. You know it's healthy, you know it's balanced, and it's good to go. There's less stress there. There is less decision fatigue. The more that you can decide ahead of time, the more that you can future plan. And really, it's only a few days in advance, 7 days ahead of time. Just plan out your dinners. Make sure that your breakfast is prepped the night before so you have that leisurely time in the morning. That will all add up to giving you more time, more flexibility, less stress, a better body composition, more energy, better sleep overall, because you're eating, you're working out, and you have that time just for you. Usually what happens is, if we don't carve out a few minutes for ourselves, we do it in the evening, and we're doing it with scrolling on our phones, drinking wine, snacking, those things that are not conducive. Then you're more stressed because you're doing things that are in direct conflict with what you want, the body composition, the energy improvement, the sleep improvement. That's going to be problematic. So instead, we're going to reverse engineer it, give you those blocks of time during the day that are just for you, your gym time, your 10 minutes in the morning. The stuff for the kids and the family is already prepped and ready to go. And so you can just kind of sit back and relax because you're ready. You don't have to decide what's for dinner. You don't have to decide what your breakfast is. Those are the ways that you can start to manage your schedule without creating these military style routines. It doesn't have to be so strict. It's just little tweaks throughout the day that are going to help you feel better overall, to get your nourishment in, to get your movement in, and plug out a little bit of time for yourself. Really, throughout the day, that's 1 hour for your workout. Maybe it's 30 or 45 minutes if that's all you have, and that's okay. And then 10 or 15 minutes in the morning where you just sip on your coffee by yourself in quiet, when you would normally be frantically packing lunches or getting breakfast ready, that kind of thing. Just set yourself up for success. I have a ton of tips and tricks on this, but hopefully this was helpful for you so that you can start to manipulate your schedule. If you're ever interested in having me look at your schedule, I always do audits for free. It can help you kind of figure out what would help you reduce some of the stressors that you have week to week and get closer to your goals, or just feel more like yourself again. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. I will be back next week, and I love hearing from you. So reach out and say hi if this was helpful. We'll talk soon.
Struggling to feel your best? When energy is low and nothing seems to work, it's time for a new approach. Here's someone who guides real people to real, lasting wellness. Meet Erin McDonald, Certified Master Health Coach, Nutrition Coach, and NASM Personal Trainer. Helping you create simple, lasting routines that support a healthier, more energized you. Feel better, move better, live better. Because health isn't just a goal, it's a lifestyle you deserve. Take the first step toward feeling your best. Your future self will thank you. Connect with Erin today.